G'day guys, how are you going? Today I'm making a video that's a bit different, but I think it's something that really might interest you because it's something that definitely interests me, and that is, of course, if you've read the title, what happened to my stats after I played 50 games, low tier SEAL clubbing in tanks that really some might consider as very broken, others might consider it as absolutely not broken. So I started with 5 tanks that I thought that I could perform pretty well in. That being the Panzer 2J, the infamous Panzer 2J with 90 millimeters of frontal armor, and just absolutely absurd tank. Then the Panzerkampfwagen B2, the captured French B1, but in the game is also an absolute beast. It only ever sees tier 4. It's got great armor all around. The turret is average, but it's got great armor all around and a really fast firing gun. Also the Bt7 Artillery. This was an award tank, a tier 3 tank, but is again absolutely devastating when you penetrate with its HE rounds. Gun's not all that accurate though, so I wouldn't call it overpowered at all. But it is a fun little tank to play when you get the hang of, and can also be very, very dangerous. The LTP, the Russian tier 3 tank with great all-round armor, all sloped and nice, and a pretty nice fast firing gun. So that one is probably back into the overpowered territory. And the all-new MTLS 1G14, a bit of a mouthful, but this is the dual gun tank, the first one in the game that you can play anyway. And this one has a really shocking DPM and is probably my least favorite out of all these 5 tanks, and I probably could have done without it, but still I used it to try and SEAL club, and kind of all of these tanks worked pretty well, I think, anyway. So here's the thing. I started at the beginning of this with a screenshot of what my current stats were, and I'll show them in just a second. And I want to compare it to what my stats will be now. I haven't had a look at them at all, so I have absolutely no idea what's happened to my stats. I'm not sure if my win rate or my WN8 has gone up, but it will be really interesting to see if either of those have changed, and I suspect at least the WN8 will have changed, but I haven't seen them at all, so I really have no idea. So it's going to be kind of, I guess, a live viewing of my reaction to seeing what happened to my stats. Now, a bit of a disclaimer here. There are definitely more overpowered SEAL clubbing low tier tanks that I could have played, or that you could play, or whatnot. This is just what I thought I could do well in and kind of ruin low tier games in. Also, I fired purely premium rounds. Interestingly though, it didn't really hurt my my credit making ability. Effectively, I kind of stayed even. I did lose some credits, but that was actually just because of buying different equipment for different tanks there was like a discount on, so I thought, why not? Really, it didn't change all that much at all throughout the 50 games I played, even though I was firing purely premium rounds for all these tanks, except for the Bt7 Artillery that does not have any premium rounds. But for every other tank, I was firing purely premium rounds. Another thing as well is that I didn't use any like consumables, premium consumables, so that could have helped me, but I just didn't want to fork out the credits for that, to be honest. So there's definitely ways that I could have made my tanks a lot more SEAL clubby, but I didn't. But even so, I think I did a pretty good job of SEAL clubbing anyway. And if you're wondering why I did this, I kind of just wanted to test it out. We hear all the time about people SEAL clubbing and how bad it is and how it ruins low tier games, and to a large extent I can definitely see that. I had many games in my Panzerkampfwagen B2 where I got 8 kills. Not many, I had like 2 games, but in the space of 50 games, 8 kills, that's a lot of kills. And I regularly did very well. It'll be really interesting to see what my WN8 was on this tank over the 50 games. But yeah, I kind of just wanted to see, like, is it worth doing? Is it worth SEAL clubbing just to get your stats up? Does it feel good? Because honestly, it felt really bad doing it the entire time. It was boring. I really did not like going into matches playing low tier games, not because I knew I was going to probably play better than most other people, which I didn't all the time. Sometimes I got absolutely wrecked by RNG and just getting knocked out so easily by other SEAL clubbers, but I kind of wanted to see, like, well, I found out it was very boring. It was a really tedious, slow process, not something I honestly would recommend at all. But anyway, enough dribbling on. Let's have a look. I'm going to do a live reaction, as I said, to my stats, but let's first take a look at what my stats were before I started playing all these games. So guys, as you can see, I have pretty average stats. My WN8 is 1,593, which is nothing special at all. My win rate is okay at 52.48%. And remember guys, this was at the beginning of the 50 games, so before I started seal clubbing. My recent win rate overall was 52.15. My recent WN8 was 1,685, but over the last 30 days, my WN8 has actually been pretty bad at 1,486. I say pretty bad just for me in general. It's actually because I've been playing artillery, trying to get some artillery missions done. I still don't like playing artillery, but it has to be done. So this was my stats. 5,896 battles. My average tier was 7.13. My victories was 3,094. My victories were 3,094 with a win rate of 52.48%. My KD ratio was 1.12. I feel like it's Call of Duty. And I destroyed 0.9 tanks for every time I played. And my average damage was 1,092.79. I suspect that that's gone down quite significantly, but let's take a look right now. I got the stats off Watt Labs. Oh, let's do it there. This is going to be, I don't know why I'm so excited. I'm just so interested. I suppose because I feel like I've wasted so much time just seal clubbing. Okay. So, stats definitely aren't as dramatic as I guess I had hoped for. My WN8 definitely has gone up by a little bit to 1,597. My recent WN8 is not all that much better at 1,737. But my recent win rate is up a little bit as well, to 52.83%. Now remember guys, I'm no amazing Unicum. I'm sure if a Unicum did this, they'd have probably much better results than myself. Keep that in mind. So over the 50 games I played, yeah, I didn't have all that much better at all. Win rate, the average tier has gone down to 7.1. Again, same 0.9. My KD has gone up by 0.01. I guess that's very exciting. But yeah, interesting. It's just a lot less exciting than I thought it might be. But I guess my WN8 did go up. I do want to keep getting it up, but I'm definitely not going to go seal clubbing anymore. Yeah, I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. What's your experience been if you've gone seal clubbing, just to see, or just because that's what you do? I'm not going to judge you for it. I can see the merits of playing low tier. The low tier games are a lot faster and probably, actually, they're not more balanced. I take that back. But yeah, tell me what you guys think. This definitely isn't as amazing as I thought, but hey, you know what? I guess it was a good experiment to do, and I might do another one in the future. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, please do consider leaving a thumbs up. Comment again, tell me what you guys think. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you next time.